Hi guys, and welcome to the CCR2 task. Today we're going to be talking about how do elements of our production work together to create a sense of branding.
Another take, please.
So for our music video, we created a music video to the Moody Man track, Like You Used To. Grace, you did tell us a bit about the website, just quickly.
During the website, we had very red, dark tones, which also were seen through the whole product. We had a gallery page, which I took with using a disposable filter to relate back to the vintage tones and the secondhand style we were going for. What else did I do? There was the About Us page to show the individual band members, to show how they're all misfits, and I explained a little bit about them so that all our audiences could relate to specifically one band member to reach out to a wider audience.
Lovely. Phaedra, a little bit about the Digipack.
So basically about the Digipack, I used the same style as Grace used for the website. I used many like grainy effects for the pictures, and I edited them with Photoshop, so I would make them look like retro and vintage because we're aiming for a result that looks like that. I use the same color tones, like dark red and dark colors. And yeah, we just wanted to show, even through the Digipack, that they all look different, but together they all look really good as a band.
That was lovely. That's really good.
And like how they had there was individual pictures of them separately to show
on
like
that front page.
Yeah.
show misfits and their individual styles.
Should we get into the crux of it then, guys?
Yes.
Let's
we
talk about
shall.
Star Image by Richard Dyer. So, Star Image. Oh, it stopped. Does
going.
it stop?
No.
Oh, we're on. So, Star Image was something really important when we're reaching out to a target audience. So, one of the main ideas behind our casting, for example, when I'm thinking about the video in particular here, is if you looked at these people just in normal life, you wouldn't think they would be work together or be friends together or they would go together. But when we put them together in this video to this track, they kind of became one, didn't they? It was like all these misfits
they're like
together.
misfits that worked as a group rather than individuals.
And in terms of Star Image, this makes the target audience bigger and increases that demographic, so we can reach out to more people through our free products.
Yep.
What else have we got?
About the vintage style, so we tried to give them a retro, like secondhand charity shop clothing style, because that is a trend within the younger generation at the moment. So in that sense, it would be appealing to them and kind of tap into their lifestyle.
Definitely. We tried to also do the same in the set, didn't we?
Yeah.
With the set and the lighting as well, but with
secondhand
the set,
props.
Yeah, and this abandoned room, and we use vintage, like, what do you call it, on the floor? Carpet.
And drapes, and we had a poster.
Yeah.
I bought the poster. Yeah, but all of that conforms to this whole this brand that we were trying to produce across these three products, but in the video that came across through this Star Image. Rachel, anything else to add maybe about the casting and the individuals we chose? Someone like Harry, for example.
we didn't really like pick stereotypical members for our band. They were all like really different, and they had like they looked like unique, like each one
in their own way.
they were they were
did.
like very unique in their own way. They're not like the stereotypical like pretty band. So based on that, we just picked the props and the clothing, and that it was the vintage and retro again. So I just think that that's clearly shown through like all of our products.
Definitely. Also, I think about the colours we used, even in costumes and through lighting in the set, they all quite clashed, which again is that misfits kind of idea. I think that's our main Star Image, isn't it?
Yeah, and we gave each band member a different style of outfits. So some of them were perhaps tighter or looser, or they had different colours. So they were all, like, in terms of clashing, completely showed drastic differences between them.
Definitely. Should we
Go on
move
to
on?
branding.
Yeah.
Branding. Do you want to talk about the fonts you use in the Digipack?
Yes, of course. So in terms of the Digipack, we used a font that it fit perfectly in terms of the other two products as well. There's a font that Grace found.
Yeah. It was called I Got Heroin.
Yes, this is a font that we use.
Yes, I got
So basically, we named our band Miles on Mars, and that was like a name that it was kind of weird, and it was very appealing, I think, for the
edgy.
target audience that we had. So in terms of the other letters on the background on the back of the digipack, it says all the songs and how much time each song is. And then these letters are very similar with the font that's on the front, so they all connect together.
They were quite like eroded, maybe like
Yeah.
destructed to show that like edginess, like grungy band.
And that was consistent across both the digipack
Yeah.
and the website. We
Yeah,
used
Yes,
that
as
completely.
well. Mm-hmm.
And I
that-
think
yeah.
also the fact we used the word Mars really went well with with the fact that we used not possibly orange tones, but dark orange, light reds, dark
Yeah.
reds.
But it was just that consistent house style throughout all three products, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And I think it was really important that we were consistent to make this thing look professional, and then therefore brand it correctly, because you can have a great music video and great digipack and website, but if they're not all consistent, then you're losing that brand image for sure. And I think
Completely.
we did that quite well. So in terms of the video, we showed individuality. Well, obviously we had our DJ Max, who was in charge of like the whole thing, the concept
Yeah,
of Miles on Mars.
because he's more the producer of the song, so that's
Yeah.
why he was kind of at the back mixing the music, and then they were performing his song.
Yeah, and we had shots. We had a tracking shot throughout the second part of the video, didn't we? But there were shots with him with every member of the band, which conveys that and shows the brand of he's the producer and he's the main guy.
Yeah, who's taking in what their thoughts or their like side of the music to actually create that song, and it
Yeah.
also shows individuality because you
Yeah.
see each of them.
And
With
to represent that,
Yeah.
we had like many different sorts of each one individually.
Yeah, we're close knit.
Yeah.
All of them.
We
Yeah.
use a
That they
different
have-
set.
Mm-hmm. That they have some
Yeah.
seconds to show themselves, like
It's their personalities,
Yeah,
which is
like-
really it's important when you're branding that the audience understand them as a person rather than just the artists.
or even interacting with each other. We had moments
Definitely,
of that
yeah.
as well.
Shows a different side to them than just the performer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lighting.
Lighting, we
In
had
the video.
so we had the planks at the top, and we had the light shining through, which created like shadows.
Shadows, like these shards. Is that what?
Yeah,
Shards
yeah,
of light?
Like it was more like it was quite grungy, maybe mysterious, like and intrigued audiences. And I
That's
think
something I noticed when I was looking at other videos in the research stage. The conventions in other videos, they have these kind of lights, and a lot of them are set in club scenes
Yeah.
and things like that in this house genre.
yeah.
And that's something that I picked up on and thought about how we could brand our video.
So we didn't want to make it too contrasting colours, flashy
No.
colours, but we did have that LED strip in blue
Yeah.
at the bottom to
Yeah.
kind of add that
lighting
little bit.
across Harry's face, that
Yeah.
white light we had as
That
well,
was flattering
just adds
faces.
that individuality,
flattering as well.
difference, and makes it look better.
I mean, the style is the same through the three products, so you can
Definitely.
clearly see like many common things
Yeah.
in terms of.
Do you want to talk a bit about some of the photos on the website?
Yeah,
the
I
individuality of that.
I took quite a few pictures, and what I did was I added grainy effects, up the saturation, lowered the darkness to give it that as if I'd taken it on a disposable camera, which relates back to like the music video where we used the like VHS effect, vintage, and this all goes back and coincides with the vintage, the retro, which all links together.
And
Yeah.
we used many pictures of the photo shoot that we did for the digipack
Yeah,
on the
It was
website as
they
well.
really linked because they were on the same day using the same red background,
Yeah.
and they're wearing similar outfits or same outfits. What else? And I took pictures from the shoot day as well to give
That behind the scenes kind of thing.
kind
Yeah,
of to
the
give them
website.
to give audiences a more personal view into the band's lifestyle.
You want to make that connection between
Yeah.
Mhm.
the artist and the audience, and that's something which is important in branding as well. Should we go on to cross promotion?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, cross promotion. So I think was a really interesting
What
point
else?
that we talked about was how choosing the style of our video to be a performance one. So if you do a narrative one, that's great, and then the fans will like the artist. But in terms of selling tickets for a live tour, for example, I think that's going to be really effective if the video. This is their debut album, so it's the first thing that your first impression for the
Yeah.
for your audience, and if you can make a good impression through performance, then it's more likely people are going to come and watch you in tour
Yeah,
on tour
completely.
because that is what you're doing.
They've had the first taste of what
Exactly.
you're like performance wise, so
Exactly,
they probably
so-
want to go see you live.
Definitely. So I think that was a good choice for going with a performance
of
video
course.
for us.
And for example, on the website, we had on the first page, you saw firstly their tour dates,
Yeah.
which stood out quite big.
Yes.
Big, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
it was
really obvious
quite-
on the
yeah.
first page, wasn't it? Yeah.
So that was the first thing that they'd see, and that's the first thing they'd want to buy after probably the merchandise, which was on another page. But the first thing we wanted them to be able to
Is a tour
notice
dates,
was
yeah.
the tour dates, and we used a wide range of them so that we'd show that they travel around the country, that everyone could go see them. And below that we had a link to where you could buy the album itself, to make that really obvious.
And for the merch, we use like vintage elements.
Yeah,
to
we
create
used
the
beanies,
merch.
bum
Yeah.
bags, hoodies.
Cassette thingies.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah.
cassette player. This
Like many options.
Yeah, this related back to the fact that we wanted to be very vintage and different.
I think also on the website there was lots of that you had links to everywhere, didn't you? So it's a really good place.
Yeah,
Like
it
a
was
hub.
well navigated so that you could
Definitely.
go through, and there was also sections of where they had like a fan page so people could
Mhm.
post
that's good.
their memories or their thoughts on the band, and this way other people would be intrigued to join the club or the
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, like basically they were getting influenced by the group.
On the Digipack Fraser, maybe things about the songs and like the conventions of having a Digipack that you see on all things, but do you know what I mean? Like in the corner, the barcodes and all
Oh
that
Yeah.
stuff.
yeah. What should I say about that?
Well, the songs, like
Well, exactly, yeah.
yeah,
And the titles
songs,
of the songs,
the titles of the songs were quite.
they represent that brand, don't they?
Oh yeah.
And that was-
like the names of the songs on the Digipack, they're quite like the names are quite
Weird.
weird, like
Different.
like yeah, they really fit
Misfits.
with the
Mm.
they really fit with the band. Like you don't expect to see these names as names of songs.
No.
And that's quite striking, because it like
Yeah.
you want to listen
was
to
the
it,
thing.
'cause it's
Quite
quite weird.
Yeah, and it really fits with the whole thing, all the products together as well. What else?
Should we start with that conclusion?
For sure, we'll cut this bit out so we can finish. Right,
So we're starting.
yeah, so a main area which I think we absolutely smashed it with the branding
Smashed
was we were just consistent with the style, the colours throughout, and
Fonts,
we were no
colours.
mixed messages, straight to the point,
Mm-hmm.
and how we represented our artists. For example, say in the video, the performance of Harry, our lead singer, and the whole band, how that comes across, and then if we got them in like different clothes and looking like really posh, or example in the Digipack photos or the website photos, that wouldn't have been consistent, but we had that vibe.
And I think it
for
helped
everybody.
that we worked together. So we'd say, okay, we have this. I've got this idea,
You've got this,
and
da, da,
you'd
da.
relate. We'd use that idea and use the same elements of it to create a Digipack. So that way, it was all
Yeah, we
one.
made sure
It
they
was
all
3
linked
products that
together.
were practically one big campaign.
Do you think anything we could have maybe added, changed? I was thinking maybe the social media side, just to get another angle to
Yeah.
brand it better. We kind of did a bit of an Instagram account, but we maybe could have gone further with that, do you think?
Mhm, I agree
Completely.
on that totally. We could just pay more attention
Yeah,
to
'cause
that
it-
as well.
Yeah.
Using a social media, or maybe more different
Not just
types of
Instagram,
social
yeah.
media, could have helped reach a further audience and allow them to see the insights of their band's
Yeah.
life, not just how they're
Shoot.
represented,
Yeah.
but more their life behind the camera or behind them being musicians.
Yeah. Maybe we'll research and
Right,
planning
like
if
as
we.
personalities, like as people,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
as
not
artists.
just as artists.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But overall, I think, we did show elements of branding throughout all of them. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, guys.